Hello and welcome to Miami Baptist Church and School. I'm Dr. Oscar Hernandez, Senior Medical Consultant for Coronavirus Business Advisors and Consultants. For many months we've been working together with the administration and the leadership here at Miami Baptist Church and School to make sure that you have a safe environment when you come to church or when you bring the children to your school. So we want to make sure that we do a little walk around and encourage you to follow these simple safety instructions. The first thing we want you to do when you get here is make sure that as you're in the parking lot approaching, you put on your face mask. I'm not going to put it on now because this is a video and I'm not close to anybody. But one of the first things we'll have you do and expect you to do is to wear your mask. Whatever mask you have, I always recommend an N or KN95. The other thing we want you to do as soon as you come is use our faucets and our working water and cleanse your hands right outside before you come in. We've got soap. You do this for 20 seconds. We've got paper towels. You do that, you're good to go. You've passed stage 1 of the process of entry to Miami Baptist Church and School. Let's take a walk and see what our next step is going to be. We're going to welcome you to our entry table, and here we're going to put to work many of the recommendations that we've trained our staff, pastors, and administrators on how to handle processes to help you avoid getting any contamination with COVID-19 while you're here visiting. You know, no procedure is 100% safe, but we do our very best to keep you right as safe as possible. We will ask you to please fill out and answer some basic questions about whether you have possibly been exposed to somebody who has COVID-19, or if you yourself may have some symptoms. We'll ask you to date and sign this form with your name. It is kept in a very confidential way. We do not share your information with anybody. We will keep it in a covered notebook, and as soon as the entry time is over, we're going to put it in a very safe place. If for some reason you can't use soap and water and you prefer sanitizer, we're going to have some sanitizer here available for you. And if you feel safer by having temperatures checked, we do check temperatures on folks before they come in. If you have a fever, please don't come. You can see us remotely online and participate in our services online, but we ask you not to come into the facility. Remember, a temperature for reasons of coronavirus has to do with temps over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 100.4 to be exact. But if you feel you have a fever, even if you haven't taken your temperature, we ask you not to come. If for some reason you forgot your masks, we do have some masks for sale, some cloth masks for sale. They're not N95, but the proceeds from these masks do go to missionary work in Malawi. Let's see what our next step is once you've cleared our entry table. So we're in the foyer here at Miami Baptist Church and School, and this is a place where usually in the past a lot of people would congregate. We ask you to maintain safe distance. That means that if you're not in the same family group, we want folks to keep at least 6 feet apart from each other. I know this is hard to do sometimes because in our culture and in our traditions, we hug, we shake hands, we welcome each other when we come to church. This isn't the time to do that. That time will come again. So be patient and follow these rules so that you stay as safe as possible, and that when we congregate to listen to God's word, we're taking care of each other. Remember, when you're wearing your mask, when you're washing your hands, when you're filling out your forms saying that you haven't had certain symptoms that are benchmark for not coming into the church, you're not only looking after your own health, you're looking after the health of other congregants. We're doing what Jesus asked us to do, to love our brother as ourselves. It's part of loving God above all things. Remember, this Sunday, August 23rd, we're opening our services at 9:30, 11, and 12. These are 1-hour services. We're going to have safe distancing between family groups when they sit in church. We're going to have our groups at least 6 feet apart. And remember that you can always watch the service online, but we'd love to see you here because this is part of being God's family. So come safely. Know that we have followed all kinds of procedures that are approved by the CDC, and just some good common sense things. We keep tabs on updates that the CDC makes to these recommendations, and I'm personally in charge of making sure that the church stays up to date with new recommendations and that they're advised. So you can't go to a safer church than Miami Baptist Church. Welcome.